All right. Sam Spade back with another AI video. How we doing, guys? I'm back with another AI video. We're going to go over Leonardo, the main website, uh, how to navigate the site, see what's cool, kind of get some more information. Hopefully this video helps you guys. So I've been messing around with this Leonardo.Ai, and I gotta say I'm just blown away. And so are you guys. I got an email the other day from Leonardo, uh, past, present, and future. So I was lucky enough to get in on the early adoption of Leonardo, and I got this email on my birthday. This was 2 days ago. Uh, they've had an incredible couple of weeks. So AI is blowing up, and this app Leonardo is just kicking the crap out of the competition. Mid-Journey's great, dall-e's cool, but the kind of art that you get from Leonardo is just stunning. So as you can see here by this graph, back in December, they started out, and this was the user growth over time. And right around mid-February, it just skyrocketed. So it took off. So that tells me more and more people are trying to get in on Leonardo to try these tools and use it. So we're going to go over the interface and everything, what to look out for. But as you can see, I mean, it's just exponential growth. So they've had 250,000 people as of mid-February apply for the early adoption into Leonardo. And you can read through this. We believe that AI art, or AI, should be used to augment human creativity and creative potential, not to replace it. We don't want to generate AI to remain a black box where you just feed in text prompt and hopefully get back what you want. We want you to feel like an art director, which is exactly the feeling I've been getting while using this product. So again, this was the email I got. It's great to see that this thing is growing. It looks like they're working on a new 3D text generation. So inputting a blank model and being able to wrap it with 3D textures, which is awesome. Haven't seen that yet, but AI example textures generated using the 3D texture generation workflow, which I haven't seen, I haven't gotten into. But again, I feel like this AI, or excuse me, Leonardo was made for game content creation specifically, and you can kind of get that feel when you're browsing the site. So when you first log into Leonardo, this is the screen you're greeted with. You've got your featured models. So these are the data sets that it uses to generate different types of art styles, if you will. Leonardo Diffusion. So far, my favorite are Dream Shaper and Deliberate and RPG. Dream Shaper is by far my favorite, and you can click on each one of these and it'll give you a little description. This model by Lycon is great at a range of portrait styles as well as artistic backgrounds. And each model is trained at a different resolution. You can adjust this, but for best results, stick with the generation that it was trained on. And I just learned this the other day. It is based on Stable Diffusion, so it actually uses Stable Diffusion along with their proprietary algorithms, strength, medium. And the cool thing about Leonardo is you can click on any of these art styles and generate using this model, and it gives us some examples of art that was created using Dream Shaper. And when you click on each of these, it pops up the user. You can follow them. it gives you their prompt. It gives you a negative prompt, things you don't want to see in the image. I've had mixed results with that. This is this is the upscaled image. Oops. This is the upscaled image, and when they first generated it, this was the image it produced. And then you can click the upscaled version, and it kind of loses some detail because it actually like re-renders the image. You can unzoom the image, so it kind of pulls it out and shows you more of the background. I've had mixed results with that as well. Obviously, this is still in beta, early access. You can remove the background. Also, I've had mixed results with that as well. And honestly, it costs tokens to do each one of these. You have production tokens, and then you have post-processing tokens. And when you upscale, it costs a post-production token. When you unzoom, it costs post-production. And when you try to remove the background, it causes a post-production token. And you only get like 25 of those post-production tokens every 24 hours right now. So in my opinion, these two aren't really worth it. The upscale is worth it, but again, it changes the image in such a way where I almost feel like there's more detail in the original images at times than the upscaled images. And you can download the image here. When you download it, this is the upscaled version. So it actually doubles the image size that the first generation was generated with. So we'll go ahead and close that. And you can use these little arrows here to cycle through these images down here. Now, this tool is super powerful, and the greatest thing I've noticed is the community interaction. So the ability to take this prompt. So let's say we really like this image, okay? This is a really cool image. I want to create something similar. I want to create something just like this. You can copy the prompt, which is, it'll copy this prompt. You can do an image to image where it will take this image and use it as a reference point and give you a different result based on your prompt, or just click the magic remix button. We click remix, and I was remixing some stuff earlier. So this was another user's art that I remixed. So we hit the remix button and it copied the prompt, it copied the negative prompt, it copied the fine-tuned model, it copied the image size, it copied over everything from that original image that we were looking at. So you go ahead and hit generate. I like to pump this down over here to 2 images. By default, it gives you 4, but I like 2 images, 2 variations of the image. It costs less tokens. You get this particular one costs 1 token to generate 2 images. I have 238 tokens remaining for today, and it will regenerate in about 8 hours. And there you go. So based on that first image that we looked at, it copied over the prompt, and this is the result that it gave us. So similar, but obviously a very different image from the one we were first looking at. Let me see, where was that image? So this was the original image that we remixed. Okay, close that, and we can hit remix again. It's just going to copy over the same stuff, bring us back here, and then hit generate. Now, over here, this is the AI generation tool. When you click AI generation tool, you'll come to this screen. You can change your image dimensions, but each model is, again, based on a certain dimension. So for best results, keep these the same. That's cool, kind of like an Iron Man mecha look and feel. Very cyberpunk. I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. It looks really cool, but my computer probably can't handle it. That one's cool too. I really like that. So let's say we find an image we really like. You've got post-processing buttons down here. You can download the image. You can unzoom, which again, don't waste your tokens on unzooming. You can do that in Photoshop. I've had mixed results with that. It's still in beta. Remove the background. Again, do it in Photoshop. But this is the one that really shines through is Creative Upscale. So we'll go ahead and click Creative Upscale. And now if you download this original image, it comes in, at the size we dictated. This is I think it was 832 by 640, something like that. So when you download the image, this is what the size you're going to get. It is still processing. And again, your post-processing tokens will regenerate every 8 hours or so. And this is obviously going to change. Okay, there we go. So now we have our upscaled image. And if you go back to the original, you can see it actually re-renders the entire image because the two images are different. They're the same, but obviously the machine went ahead and re-rendered the entire image just at an upscaled version. And if we go ahead and download, it actually doubled, possibly tripled the size of the image. I'll have to take it into Photoshop to see if it's a double or triple the size, because it is significantly larger than the original image. So go ahead and save that. So I've just been saving some images here. We'll close that one. So yeah, again, you can cycle through between your original, which I feel like her face looks nicer in the original versus the upscaled. We kind of lost some detail here. So we'll go ahead and hit generate again. So getting back to the interface, over here you've got your image dimensions, and then you've got your guidance scale. Your guidance scale is how strongly your prompt is weighted. So this prompt up here, possibly the negative prompt as well. It's how strongly your prompt is going to be weighted. I like to pump this up to 13, lucky 13. And then you've got your step count. A higher step count may result in more detail, but take longer to render. And here's our results from this one. Same prompt. Super cool. She looks like a female Iron Man version. Very mecha, techy. Nicely done. Nice. She's holding, looks like a helmet maybe. So we pumped up our guidance scale and our step count. So we'll go ahead and hit generate again and see what results we get. Coming back over here, we've got tiling. So if you're like a 3D artist and you're trying to make some repeating backgrounds, you click tiling, and the image, if you take it into Photoshop, you'll be able to tile it, and it will be a seamless repeating pattern. And then we've got image to image and image prompt. Now I haven't messed around too much with these, but we can play around with that here in a second. Or if you have an image on your computer, you can upload it and use that as a reference to image. Fixed seed, let's see, what is this? The deterministic number for the random number generator. Not sure what that is. Scheduler, Defines how noise affects the generation, and you can switch between these. I haven't messed around with any of that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that pose. So let's say we find a pose we like. We can use it. You can click this button here for image to image. And if we click that, it pops up that image over here for image to image. So now if we hit generate, we should get two images that are visually similar to the image to image that we used over here. And if you toggle it between the image prompt, you can upload and drag an image in here, but right now we're experimenting with the image to image. So let's see what results we get from that. So there you go. So as you can see, it used this image and gave us two different results of the same image to image. So it's kind of the same exact image, just switched up. Some of her gear here is different. Her breastplate is different. So just slight variations. So that's what image to image kind of does. So if you find a pose you like, and we can do it as a good example here. We'll switch it to this image and hit generate. So again, I am a little worried because of that drastic spike in user adoption for Leonardo. I'm worried that their servers aren't going to be able to keep up, and there's things are going to take. There we go. So as you can see, that kind of perfectly explains what image to image is. So we used this image as a reference, and since it was generated with the same prompt and same details, it gives us variations on that image. So I kind of like the shape of this mask a little bit better. And again, it's just those slight details and those slight variations. I'm going to go ahead and upscale this one. That's a cool image. For game developers and game designers, excuse me, any sort of creative type, this tool is amazing because in a few minutes we've generated some cool character design and multiple variations of this design. So again, this, one variation, but I really like this one. Oh, here's our upscale. I like how the light is shining off of the rim of this mask. And so if we go ahead and download that, we can get a little bit of zoomed in version. Pretty sweet. Love the lighting on this, shining off her breastplate and the rim light off of her mask. And look, it knows the lighting is shining over here because it caught the light up here as well. And same over here. The light on this side is being caught up here, down here. I mean, the detail on Leonardo is just, I can't get over it. Just the way it's able to do this. So that kind of explains the image to image. Haven't messed around with image prompt. What did that say? Use existing images to describe how the generation should look. It has a ×2 token cost. And I believe is image to image, does that have a token cost? Not sure. I don't think it does because we're over here. So we'll go ahead and take that off and then hit generate one more time, and we should get strikingly different results of these two images. Or not these two images. They will be completely different from these two images because we took off our image to image. So I'm not really sure. There's another toggle up here that is experimental render pipeline that might give more accurate outputs. It used to be free a few days ago, and now it is ×2 token cost. So whatever your token cost is here, it's going to double that token cost. And as you adjust your parameters, it will also increase your token cost. So we just increase the height to the max, increase the width to the max, and now it's going to cost us 8 tokens. And if we hit the prompt here, it's going to cost us 16 tokens. But again, for best results, you get a little asterisk here saying for best results, this model was trained on 640 by 832. So we set it to what it was trained on, and the asterisk goes away. Or not asterisk, excuse me, exclamation point. All right, so let's check out our renders here. Nice, super cyberpunk, kind of Iron Man-esque. She's got an extra arm here. I don't know if it's her arm. AI, it definitely generates extra limbs, extra fingers, etc. Maybe that's a trophy from somebody she killed. We don't know. Look at her hair. I don't know if that's hair or a headdress. It kind of looks like a headdress because those have like feather-like elements to them. So let's go ahead. Now it's using because I got my magic prompt on. So I was messing around with magic prompt, but I don't know exactly what that does. So I can't tell you one way or another if it's better to use that or not better to use it. I wasn't able to play around with it enough to get some results. So the other little tidbit here that most people kind of look over is this prompt generation. So if you're having a creative block, this was a prompt that we copied from one of the community models or one of the community artworks. So if you're having a creative block, you can click this tab, which is kind of hidden. They should really make that stand out more. So you have prompt generation. So, and you can select which prompt or how many prompts you want it to generate. It's probably better to keep it at 2, 4. So enter your basic prompt idea. We'll go ahead and copy our current prompt, stick it in here, and you have 1,000 prompts remaining for this month. So we will ideate, and it is taking that prompt, and it did not work. Why did it not work? Let's try that again. Waiting. Okay, so perhaps our prompt is too long. So let's go ahead and we'll just delete some of the prompt and hit ideate again. It would be nice if this actually worked. There we go. So I guess our prompt was a little bit too long. So you can take your original prompt, input it into the ideate engine, and now it switches up your prompt. So a cyberpunk girl stands atop a fantastical cityscape, her silhouette illuminated by a splash of colorful paint against a dark background. An epic Instagram post of a cyberpunk girl in a fantasy world rendered hyper-detailed, intricately detailed contours. An Unreal Engine splash screens featuring a cyberpunk girl in a fantastical world with an intricate detail splash of colorful paint. A clean design of a cyberpunk girl, an Overwatch fantasy-style world with a splash of colorful paint, contour lines, hyper-detailed, yada yada yada. So again, it gave us 4 different prompts based on our original prompt, And then if you want to generate it, you can come over here and just click generate on the prompt that you like. Let's see, what is this? Oh, okay, so you can edit it. I like this one, silhouette illuminated by a splash of colorful. So we'll hit generate, and it will automatically come back to the generation tab and generate your image. So again, really useful. You can take someone's prompt, put it in the prompt generation, and then generate automatically based on that prompt. So switching up the prompt, look at that. There she is, ready for action. Wow, just look at the amount of stuff, amount of detail. I thought that was traffic at first, but that could just be flames shooting up out of a building. Or let's check out our next image. That is cool. So you can upscale this, take this into Photoshop, put your title right here. I've been using this obviously for my YouTube thumbnails. This one's really cool. I really like this. Now again, let's say we see this image, but it's in the wrong size. I see this image, I want to see more of this city over here, right? So this is a good example. We can use this one and take it to the canvas editor. Now, I haven't played around too much with the canvas editor, but it will take our original image right here, bring it into the canvas editor, and let's say we want to see more of this image. So we'll pump up that, we'll pump up the height. We're at 832. So, and then we select a prompt, a cyberpunk, let's say thralling city escaper. Thralling, is that a word? Yeah, thralling, I spelled it wrong. Okay, a cyberpunk thralling cityscape. And now if you hit generate, it's going to go ahead and understand your prompt and extend the canvas out to give you more of this background over here. It gives you more of the image. Oh, I didn't know you could move that. There we go. That's cool. And then come down here, you've got some arrows. So it actually gives you 4 different versions of your prompt. Oh, that one's cool. So this one I don't like. It's kind of janky over here. Looks kind of fake. This is cool. Gives us a neat look at the city. It's either between 2. 3's all right. 4. I think I like 4. So I'm going to hit accept. And there you go. Now our image is extended. And then we can do that one more time. Just trying to line it up. Hit generate again. Wow. That's cool. I don't know what's going on up there. It's like some kind of dome action. Very cool. Switch it over. That one kind of goes better with our scene. And that one's a little muddy. And that one, that's a no for me, dog. So I kind of like this one. Kind of got some weird crane action going on there, but whatever. This one's it's between 3 and 2. I think I'll go with 2. So hit accept, and then there we go. So now we have kind of our epic movie poster style right? So we got an epic movie poster, and I'm going to use this for my YouTube thumbnail. And you've got your same creative tools over here. So again, my guidance scale, I like to bump up to 13, and then 40. We'll leave that correct. Let's switch this to 2. Give us 2 options. And then let's go in here, draw a mask. Let's say this building, I don't like this building. So I do not like how this building came out. I like everything else about it, but and we'll leave the same prompt just for ease usability and just to keep things simple. And it was able to understand my mask and say, I don't like this. Let's change it to the same prompt. And it changed that image. Oh, I don't like this one. I see, I like elements of both of these. But I think this has a little more depth and intrigue. So I'm going to keep that one. And so it edited the image. And I don't really like these cranes up here. So we'll come back to the mask. I mean, I like the cranes, but they just don't look right. So we're going to get rid of them. And we will say cars flying in the background. Or better yet, let's say drones. We'll see if we can put some drones over there. So, and I think maybe it's muddy on this one side over here. Okay, so it gave me one drone flying in the background, but it was able to take out the stuff I didn't like. I think that drone looks a little more realistic. We'll go ahead and accept that one. So there we have it. So maybe this is her drone. She's sending it out into the night sky. And you've got the erase tool here. I don't see something I don't like here. How about this thing? This thing right here looks a little funky. So you can erase the image, but again, that kind of ruins your image. So it's probably better to just use the mask, edit that out. Let's see what else we got. Upload image. So you can upload another image over here. So let's say you've got 2 images that you've generated, of this girl standing here, maybe another girl standing over here to the right of her. You can upload that image and then use the prompt to meld them together. And we may play around with that another time, but for right now, I'm going to download this artwork. And we'll open it up. And here is our finished piece. We got a little bit of artifacting on the side here, but here is our finished piece of artwork. So again, I got more detail on this side of the image than on this side. That might have been because my guidance scale was off. But it kind of gives it a cool artistic look. And I could take this into Photoshop and just kind of maybe blur this side out a little bit to give it more of a cinematic feel. But still a very cool image. So I'm going to use that for my YouTube thumbnail. pop this back up. And so that is the canvas editor. Very useful for when you generate an image that you really like, but you want to extend the canvas, put more of it in. Let's try, I'm gonna draw something here. Let's just put cars. We'll see what it comes up with. Okay, that didn't do anything. Just changed the image. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and cancel that for now and head back to the editor. So we've got all these different models up here. We were just using Dream Shaper. Deliberate's another good one. And then you come down here, you got recent creations, trending, new items, so you can see what people are generating right now. You got a cool futuristic cyberpunk BMW. That's a hot car. So again, just think of the possibilities here. Like a car company could come in here and just say, give me a dozen futuristic renderings of BMW, and look at that car. It kind of looks like a mashup between a Mustang and a BMW. But that is one of the coolest BMWs I've seen. People are using it right now to generate some stickers, looks like. And you can see some more stickers. And this was generated with Sticker Style Tune version 1. We got some stickers, we got some skulls, we got some flowers. Got a guy looking out a window. Oh wow, we got Iron Man. Cinematic version of Iron Man that looks pretty epic. Almost looks like Ultron has taken over him. We got somebody's puppy. Some weird paws. Some birds. Again, this is new, so this is all the ones that people are generating right now. So these are some of the new ones. It's like a Keanu Reeves, what are those, Funko Pops? John Wick, if you will. And then you can see the top creations. These are some of the best ones according to Leonardo's team. Now, let's say we see one that we like, right? Again, this is the power of Leonardo. Let's say this is really cool. I love this image. It is super cool. I love the prompt, all this stuff. You just go ahead here and click Remix. And it copies all of the details on the side, selects your model, copies over the prompt, copies over the negative prompt, then hit generate. It costs us 1 token. Now again, this is an early adoption of Leonardo, so I'm assuming that these tokens, it's going to be a paid service, because with the rapid increase of people trying to get on here, they're going to have to buy servers, they're going to have to buy employees, they're going to have to monitor this stuff. So again, we copied that prompt and we're given very similar images to the first image that we clicked on. So you can create variations and change around the prompt a little bit. So we'll change this right here, masterpiece, wolf. We're going to change this to pug because I have a pug. A lot of times I'll find a prompt I like and I'll plug it in here, and I notice, they put in different art portraits by, this is Greg Rutowski. There he is. So we changed one word in the prompt, and this is what we get. A blue pug. That's a Frenchie. It's definitely a Frenchie. So again, I'll come up here in the prompt and delete some of this stuff because I don't know what art germ is. Wallop, whatever that is. Let's get rid of art germ. I don't know who these artists are, and hopefully they've opted into AI art generation, because I do believe artists should have the option to opt in, because that's why there's all sorts of lawsuits coming out right now, because people spent years and years and years to create art like this, and then AI is just grabbing those images without their permission and using them to train models. So I think it's very important for artists to opt into this, because we love this tool. We want to be able to use tools like this, but it's important to get their permission and possibly royalties. Okay, intricately detailed splash art. Looks like they forgot some commas here. Trending on ArtStation. Apparently everything is trending on ArtStation. Still haven't looked up ArtStation, but see that prompt in here a lot. So we've deleted a few words, cleaned up the prompt a little bit. We're going to go ahead and hit generate again. Whoa. Looks like a child wearing a pug headdress. A little creepy. I'm not sure how I feel about it. That's a little better. Love this little medallion here. Masterpiece. Pug with starry eyes. Gold pattern with lilies. Okay. Let's get rid of head and shoulder portrait. Let's just change it to portrait. 8K resolution. Concept art, comma. This person's not using commas. I'm not sure if they need commas or not. So dynamic lighting, detailed, hyper detailed, apparently not a word. I see these prompts a lot, hyper detailed, intricately detailed. Not sure how much that actually weighs on the prompt. So Unreal Engine 5, volumetric lighting. So we've got a pug with starry eyes. Say a pug in gold pennies. Lily. Yes, that's the lily. And we'll keep that. Okay. Getting a little bit of lag today. Time for call. There he is. What a cute little bug. Bugs are royalty, by the way, and they will not let you forget it. They were actually bred by the Chinese to be royalty, and the little wrinkles on their forehead are supposed to be, they're supposed to, what do you call it, look like the Chinese character for prince, and they will not let you forget it, believe me. So we'll go back to the homepage here and check out the trending. There's Gal Gadot. She is. Oh, there's one. That's cool. Let's remix this one. So this is using the fine-tuned RPG model. Again, RPG, Dream Shaper, and Deliberate. Thumbs up. That's a thumbs up for me, dog. So we're remixing that prompt. A detailed dark 32K body, full body abstract. Okay. These look like cupcakes almost. Let's go ahead and hit the prompt generation for this one. Copy this over. Particles, hyper, ornate is 2 words. James Jean. Let's try James. And ideate. Hopefully that's not too long. If it is, we're going to have to cut out some words. Yeah, it's too long. We'll take out James Jean or James Dean, whatever they put in here. Pastel color palette. Okay, so photograph of a beautiful woman in a black dress. Insane details. We'll keep the insane details. Ornate. Bokeh. Insane details. Ultra details. Unreal. Again, some of these prompts, I feel like less is more. They put in insane details, ultra details, epic details. Not sure if that's actually weighing in on the prompt or not. See? And this gives us a better idea of what the prompt is actually looking for. Each one of these is much shorter, so less is more. And it just says intricate details, not insane details, ultra details, hyper details, yada yada details, just intricate details. That's it. An ornate 32K full body, yada yada yada. An unreal level of detail. Let's do it. This is unreal level of detail, folks. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of, oh, getting some weird stuff. Get rid of black dress, since we'll let it be as creative as it wants to be. Again, I'm going to pump up the guidance scale, just personal preference. We'll leave the image size, the same, even though RPG wants us to be, I guess we could adjust it. Just pump this one up, and then pump this one down, and generate. I've noticed if you pump the image size up like real big, that's when you'll start to get a lot of like extra limbs, two heads, like malformed torsos. Like it'll be, a torso coming out of the top of the person's head. Oh, look out! Not safe for work. That's the other thing. There is not safe for work photos allowed on here. Not sure where it got that. I did just take off black dress, but we'll go ahead and generate again, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get a YouTube strike for that one. But so you can generate not safe for work photos on here. I know for a while they were erroring out when you put it into the image prompt, because I think they were trying to put in some filters in place to prevent it from allowing you to create nudes, but at the same time, don't allow us to do it and then stop us from doing it on the same end. So yeah, again, we're getting some racy stuff here. I don't mind it, but we'll try and keep this PG. How about that? This is kind of cool. Yeah, this is a perfect example. Let's remix this. And we'll go ahead and hit generate, just to push those down a little bit. So again, a very simple prompt, a retro pinup style war poster of a post-apocalyptic diesel grungy illustration. No commas here. Retro pinup style war poster of a post-apocalyptic diesel grungy illustration. And so we've got similar pinup posters in a post-apocalyptic world. So we'll try and mess around with this. We'll say post-apocalyptic. They spelled apocalyptic wrong. Diesel grungy illustration. And we'll pump this up. 13 and 40. This is using the deliberate model. We'll generate that. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a tool you'd want to use? Oh yeah, here you go. So, weird anatomy going on here. It's almost like she's a centaur. She looks like she's part of the bike. Whoa. Again, you could take this into Photoshop and easily, take that out, or we can go over to the canvas editor and just take this leg out. So, a retro pinup style war poster, post-apocalyptic. I'll just say grungy illustration. Let's change this to cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic grungy illustration. We'll generate one with the deliberate. Then now by changing our model to Dreamshaper and hit generate, and you'll see the difference between the two results here. So we just changed our generation model. We were on deliberate, we changed it to Dreamshaper, same prompt, and it's going to give us two strikingly different results. Ah, much better. We've got more color out of this one. And again, all I did was change a few of the prompts, like put some commas in there. But now we've got, I did add cyberpunk, and cyberpunk seemed to give it, more of a color aesthetic to it. Very cool stuff. And you can take, easily take this into Photoshop, get rid of that, or gun A. So this was with the deliberate model, and then this was the Dreamshaper. So again, it's picking up on just the one word cyberpunk. So when we did not have cyberpunk in there, it gave us sort of this old school, 50s era kind of post-apocalyptic. But then I added the word cyberpunk, so thinking maybe it's a cyberpunk era that then went into war and post-apocalyptic. So just by adding the word cyberpunk, it gives us very different results. Let's take out illustration and see what it gets. And again, we're on Dreamshaper. There we go. That's cool. Very cool. I love these. Oh, we got action in the chat. We got action in the chat. So tell me if you like this kind of content, guys. I'd love to get more people involved on the chat side. Maybe if you have some prompts you'd like to see, I'd love to collaborate with people out there and create artwork as a community, maybe as a live stream, people throwing ideas in, see what we can come up with. I think that would be a fun idea, really cool. So, and we'll change, we did deliberate. We'll go ahead and change it back to deliberate and see what our prompt does. Nice. So I'm thinking just the retro pinup style. The retro pinup style is giving us a cool result. We'll go over to the prompt generation and switch up this prompt a little bit. This is a good one because it's short. It's just a short little prompt. There we go. A weathered cyberpunk post-apocalyptic war poster featuring retro pinup style heroine standing atop a pile of rubble with determined expression and a gun in her hand. Nice. A grungy dystopian landscape with a lone figure in the foreground. A cyberpunk post-apocalyptic war poster with retro pinup style heroine, her face illuminated by the neon lights in a distant city. I like that one. A cyberpunk post-apocalyptic war poster with a retro pinup style heroine, her face illuminated by flames of a burning city, determined expression on her face, gun in hand. And then a cyberpunk post-apocalyptic war poster featuring a retro pinup style heroine, her face illuminated by the light of the full moon, determined expression on her face, gun in hand. I think I like this one. We'll hit generate. And here's our last one. Nice. Nice. Getting kind of, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson vibes here. The Black Widow. So waiting on this last prompt here. There we go. So very cool stuff. And I think that's a perfect send off. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like this kind of content, hit me up in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe to this channel because I want to do more content like this and hopefully get some of the community involved so we can generate some art together.